the Taliban has achieved, or is close to achieving, financial and military independence. This was a stark warning made in a confidential report commissioned by NATO and released by Radio Free Europe, Radio Liberty in 2020. The Taliban has expanded its financial power in recent years through increased profits in the drug trade, illegal mining and exports. The report estimated the group earned a whopping $1.6 billion in the financial year ending March 2020. Much of this success in recent years has come from the rise of Mullah Muhammad Yaqub, who is the son of Mullah Muhammad Omar. Mullah Omar had previously led the Taliban and founded the Islamic Emirate of Afghanistan in 1996. Mullah Omar died in 2013, and while his death was only revealed in 2015, his son Mullah Yaqub has since rapidly climbed the ranks of the Taliban by consolidating both military and financial power. The NATO report goes on to say that the Taliban has purposefully moved into regions of Afghanistan with exploitable mineral resources, and they have been able to build their finances, by their own admission, beyond their expectations under the leadership of its military chief Mullah Yaqub. One of the secrets of this success has been both refining their taxation methods as well as building relationships with wholesale and export businesses. These export businesses are willing to purchase a wide range of products, from coal and salt to precious stones like rubies and sapphires. So what exactly are the main sources of the Taliban's income? Well, the first, as you might have guessed, is illegal drugs, with Afghanistan accounting for 84% of global opium production over the 5 years ending 2020, according to the United Nations World Drug Report. The Taliban manage the opium growing areas under their control. They impose a 10% tax on every link in the drug supply chain, ranging from the farmers who grow the poppies, to the labs who manufacture the drugs, to the traffickers who move the final product out of the country. The second is mining, with the Taliban raking in between $400 and $464 million per year from mining iron ore, marble, copper, gold, zinc, and other metals and rare earth materials. This figure is up from just $35 million in 2016. How have they managed to achieve this? Again, by taxing Afghan mining companies operating under the regions in their control. These companies pay Taliban militants to allow them to keep their businesses running, with those who refuse to pay having received death threats. Then there is extortion and general taxes, raking in $160 million per year. The group also imposes a traditional Islamic form of taxation called Ushur, which is a 10% tax on farmers' harvests, and Zakat, a 2.5% wealth tax. Mining operations, media and telecommunications, and development projects funded by international aid are also subject to taxes, while drivers are charged for using Taliban-controlled highways. They even issue official tax receipts once the amount owing is paid. Another large source of income is charitable donations, amounting to $240 million. The Taliban receive covert donations from a wide range of both private individuals and international institutions all around the world, with between $150 and $200 million coming from charities and private trusts located in the Persian Gulf. Many of these charities are on the US Treasury Department's list of groups that finance terrorism. With so much money coming from illicit activities like narcotics and looted materials, there is a need to launder this money as well, and this is where exports factor in. It is known that the Taliban import and export various everyday consumer goods, and while a figure of $240 million is given for exports, it is likely that there is a crossover between this and other activities including narcotics and looted minerals. The Taliban also own real estate in Afghanistan, Pakistan, and potentially other countries. It is believed that income generated from real estate is $80 million per year. And finally, there is income it receives from individual countries. In 2008, it was estimated by the CIA that the Taliban received $108 million from foreign sources. Today, the governments of Russia, Iran, Pakistan, and Saudi Arabia are all believed to bankroll the Taliban, with experts saying these funds could amount to as much as $500 million per year, but it's impossible to put an exact figure on. Mullah Yaqub managed to take control of most of the Taliban's vast financial network by establishing a finance committee in 2016 to maximise the group's revenues and prop up his bid for leadership. and in that time, revenue has increased from less than $1 billion to the figure of $1.6 billion it stands at today. So what are the implications of this growing wealth, and how does it fit in with the US's intent to withdraw the last of its troops from Afghanistan by August 2021? While $1.6 billion may not be a world-ending amount to a country like the United States, during the same period, the Afghan government only brought in the paltry sum of $5.5 billion. And out of this amount, not only does it have to focus on fighting back the Taliban, it also must try and administer the territory it controls and provide essential services and infrastructure where possible. So as its wealth continues to rise, there is a very real chance of the country slipping back into the situation it had been in prior to the 2001 invasion by the US and its allies. The Taliban already control 1/3 of the country, twice what it did only 2 months ago. It has even been reported that they're slowing down their offensives by not seizing entire provinces or provincial capitals in an effort to avoid antagonising the US as they withdraw. So we may have to wait until the final US troops are withdrawn next month in order to see what happens. Not only this, but it could in fact push the Taliban beyond pressure to comply with obligations to cut ties with al-qaeda and other terrorist organisations. Remember, the main reason for invading Afghanistan in the first place was to remove the Taliban from power due to their refusal to hand over Osama bin Laden, and through that, deny al-qaeda a safe base of operations. The NATO report went on to say that unless global action is taken, the Taliban will remain a hugely wealthy organisation, with a self-sustaining funding stream and outside support from regional countries. Its role as a destabilising force, not only in Southeast Asia, but globally, will only be enhanced by the withdrawal of the United States from the Afghan theatre and its expected return to the power equation in Kabul. So, thank you to all of those who've made it to the end of this video. Those of you who felt you got some value out of it, please do consider hitting that like and subscribe button, as I only recently started this channel and your help would go a long way towards making it into YouTube's algorithm.